In the last lecture, we created the refresh token endpoint. Now in this lecture, we are going to implement the refresh token functionality in our application. So if I go to auth controller, there we have this refresh token endpoint, and from within that, we are calling the refresh token method of auth service. And in the auth service, we have this refresh token method. Now here, we are going to implement this method. Currently, this method is not doing anything, but we are going to implement these 3 steps in this method. So the first thing which we are going to do is we are going to verify the refresh token. For verifying the refresh token, as we have learned before, we are going to use the JWT service, and on that we have this method verify async. This method is going to run asynchronously, so let's use the await keyword here. And this method takes 2 parameters. The first parameter is the token which we want to verify. In this case, the token we will read from refresh token DTO. So in this refresh token DTO, we will have a refresh token property which will store the refresh token read from the request body. Then the second parameter will be the verify options. So it is basically going to be an object, and in this object we are going to specify 3 properties: the secret, and to get this secret we are going to read it from auth config. So in this auth service class we are also injecting an instance of auth config, and in that we have a property called secret. So whatever value is assigned to that we want to assign to this secret property. Then let's also specify audience, and again we are going to read the value of this audience from the auth configuration. There we have the audience property, so we are going to read that value and we are going to assign it to this audience property of this option object. And in the same way, let's also specify issuer, and let's read the value of the issuer from the auth configuration and assign it to that issuer property. So this verify async method, it is going to verify this refresh token. If this refresh token is a valid refresh token, in that case, this verify async method will return us the payload. And in the payload, we will have only one property, which is sub, because we are creating the refresh token using just a sub property. Right. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to use object destructuring syntax, and the payload which this method is going to return us, from that we are going to extract the sub property, and we are going to read its value and we will assign it to this sub variable. Okay, and since this method is going to run asynchronously, let's also wrap it within try catch block, because it is possible that if the refresh token is not valid, in that case this verify async method will throw an exception. So we also want to handle that exception. So all these 3 steps I will put inside the try block. I'll cut it from here and I'll put it inside the try block, and let me just refresh the document here, and this catch block is going to get the error. So if any exception has occurred, in that case we are simply going to throw a new exception, and this time I'm going to throw unauthorized exception, and with that we are also going to throw the error. Okay, so we have learned before that this verify async method, if it is successfully able to verify the token, it will return the payload from that token. But if the validation fails, in that case this verify async method, it throws an exception. So in that case we want to handle that exception. All right, now if the verification is successful, from the payload we are reading this sub property, and the sub property is storing the user ID of the logged in user. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use this sub property to find the user with that given user ID. And for that, again, I'm going to use the await keyword, and this time I'm going to use user service. And in the user service, we have a method called find user by ID. And to this method, we are going to pass this sub, because this sub here, it will store the ID of the logged in user. So using that ID, we want to find the logged in user in the database, and we are going to store it in a variable called user. Finally, once we have the user with that user ID, what we are going to do is we are going to call this generate token method. So again here, let's say this dot generate token, and to this we need to pass the user object. So we are reading that user object from the database and we are passing it to this generate token method. And again, this method is also running asynchronously. So let's use await keyword in front of this. And this method is going to return us a newly generated access token and the refresh token. So you see here we are returning an object with the access token and the refresh token. And same object we want to return from this refresh token function. So here I'll also use the return keyword. So this generate token method is going to return us an object with the access token and the refresh token. And that object we want to return from this refresh token method. And we are calling this refresh token method from this auth controller from this refresh token endpoint. So whenever a request will be made to this endpoint, from this endpoint, we will return an object in the response, and that object will contain the refresh token and the access token. So let's quickly go ahead and let's test this endpoint from the Postman. So let's open a new tab, and in here, let's go to this request and let me copy this URL. So the URL endpoint for refresh token is root URL /auth /refresh -token. And to that endpoint, we need to make a post request. In the request body, we need to specify an object. In that object, we should have a refresh token, and let's assign the refresh token to this. So first I'll go to this login request and I will log in this user again. And if the user is successfully logged in the response, we are going to get the access token and the refresh token. I'm going to copy this refresh token from here and I'll specify that refresh token for this refresh token property. And now I'm going to make a request. Now remember that this endpoint, it is also a public endpoint. So I don't need to attach the JSON web token with this request. If I send the request again in the response, okay, first of all, it says cannot post to auth refresh token. Let's go to the Postman. And okay, it should be refresh token. So here again, we have a spelling mistake. Okay, let's try it again. And now you will see that in the response, we have the access token, the newly generated access token, and the newly generated refresh token. So now this endpoint, this can be called from the front-end application in such a way that before the JWT expires, this API endpoint is called to generate a new access token and the user stays logged in. So in this way, the user will not have to log in again after the JWT expires after a specified time interval. And this is the use of refresh token. So using this refresh token endpoint, it will generate a new access token and it will re-authenticate the logged in user automatically. So this will be the use of this endpoint. So I hope now you know what is a refresh token, what is its use, and how to re-authenticate a user automatically with the help of refresh token. This is all from this lecture and from this section. If you have any questions related to refresh token, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.